Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and today we are actually working on something a little bit different than what we have been on this channel. But this is my 1993 Xt350, and the few things that we are gonna do, I want to see if these will actually work. They said they work on eBay, so we'll see. But I had purchased LED headlight and tail light, so I assume this is probably the headlight and this is probably the tail light. It doesn't really specify. And then I do have a new chain for this thing, which I'll get out later. As you can see, this one is kind of collapsed. She's stretched out to the max. It's almost on the very edge, and we have play for days. We'll start with the easy parts first. So we'll get to the headlight and the tail light, and quite honestly guys, everything works fine. We got the tail light there, and let's see, well, the headlight doesn't turn on unless if the bike's running. First off, literally, to take this housing off to get to the tail light, you just unscrew these two screws, and then everything's right there. So let's do. Now, this is literally a minute later, and I just unscrewed that, and well, this is what we got. So this is our tail light, and by the looks of it, it should just kind of pull right out of place. So let's see. Just hope I don't break anything. And there that is. I would toss this. I mean, it's kind of bad. I already got my fingers on it and all the oils, but I don't want to break it. And I want to put this in right now. So. Oh, that was it. Let's turn the bike on and see if that did it there. I might actually need to have, oh, there we go. Let's turn the bike, well, tell you what, let's do this one up here, and we'll turn the bike on and make sure that it works. So I haven't looked up how to do this. I've never had to replace lights on a bike before, so hopefully I'm doing this right. So we got a screw here. It looks like it just should pop right off. There we go. Pull down. Push down. Well, now we got this. So looks like this housing, that would be for this entire thing. It looks like a couple of 10 mils on the side. We should be able to take basically everything off here. Just got this up and away. Well, I guess taken apart. It's literally this. This is one screw on the bottom, and you slide it off like from the top there straight down. And then you take two 10 mils out the side here, right here and right here. That's what these screws are. And you can literally pop this entire housing out. Oh, look at that. Never mind, not spade terminals. It's literally a connector. It's literally just a connector. I should have known. But, yeah, I guess we'll take this apart here. So, just take this, pop it out like that, and it looks like it twists out. So we'll push down and to the left here. Push down to the left. That's like a retainer spring, it looks. And then that's it. That's the one. Here's kind of, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. That's a weird looking light bulb, but this is LED versus the, I guess you could call this a halogen light, I guess. But I guess the way this goes, it looks like there's a slot right here. I don't know if you can see that slot right there. You got a little indicator thing, I guess. I guess that slides right down in there, just like that. And then we take the retainer spring and we just go. Let's see if I can show you guys. Let's see, it should be on the correct way. Go down, twist it. Voila. And then just slide this back on. I guess that's it. That's literally it right there. Boom. That's it. You take this connector, push it on. Putting this in. There's that. Now we can put the face shield back on. Slide that in. This will pop right up into place. And then we take our screw and then we can screw it right back in. There's that. Now, I didn't mess with anything, but it's always a good thing to make sure everything's pointing straight. I don't do a lot of riding in the night anyhow, but it's always nice to have your headlight pointing in the right direction. And I guess we'll put this cover back on before we start anything. One. Let me guess, probably 3 kicks. That's usually my sweet spot. Oh, more than 3. Because with this being a kickstart, not always a constant draw of power on the battery, so that might be why. I don't know if I'll like that. We'll have to see when it turns dark, which I don't know if it'll be in this video or not. But if you heard a single word I said, like I said, this is a kickstart, so there's not always a constant draw of power. Like my buddy Dan's bike over here outside, it's a button start, push or electric start. So there's going to be when you're have your bike on, there's always going to be a constant draw. This will fluctuate. So as you give it gas, there's more amperage or more power going, well, kind of hard out, I guess you could say. So that's something I'm gonna have to wait till it turns dark. Actually, I didn't even try the high beams. That was the low beam, but we'll have to see when it starts turning dark. Also, I'm sure this is bouncing around a lot. We'll have to see. I might have to adjust a bunch of things, but we'll see here. Now, the next step is the chain. So, from what I see, I'm gonna have to take this skid plate off. The skid plate, the shifter cable, or shifter knob, and this whole cover off. It looks like this will have to come off. And then that'll give me access to the front sprocket, which I'm gonna have to take a look at. Seems a little loose in there, so we might have to tighten that up. We'll see when we get there. And then basically after taking this off, we'll take this off, and then I'll have to set the bike up on a stand to loosen this right here, and then we'll be able to push the axle, the rear axle, back or forth to get where we're getting at. So I'm just gonna cut to the chase and rip out all this off, and I'll see you soon. Okay, so I ended up taking 2 complete full links out of the new chain, and something I have discovered, just like the front sprocket, this rear sprocket is pretty chewed up. I don't know if you can see that, but it's not necessarily supposed to look like that. So I guess I'll have to get a new sprocket for both the front and the rear. But you can see it's like catching. Now, should I be too concerned? I don't know. But as you can see, certain times you have tension, and then it hits a bind, and then it loosens back up, and then you got your 1.5 inch movement you want. So maybe if I can find that right there.